My kids forced me to sell my home, then left me with nothing. My name is Helen Mitchell. I'm 74, and I'm sitting here in a small wooden chair, staring out a window, trying to understand how it all came to this. See, not long ago, I had a house, a real house. Nothing fancy, just a cozy little place in Springfield, Illinois, with a garden out front, an old oak tree out back, and 40 years of my life inside. But now, all of it's gone, sold, packed up, erased. Because my kids said they needed help, and I'm their mother, so I helped. It started when my daughter, Victoria, and my son, Ryan, came to visit me. They sat me down in the kitchen, looked uncomfortable. Then Victoria said it. "Mom, we've been talking. Things are tight right now. We're struggling financially. The economy's brutal. Groceries are up. Our mortgages are killing us." I just nodded. I understood. "We were thinking, if you sold the house, you could come live with one of us. You wouldn't be alone. And we could really use the money to keep things going." I didn't say anything, because I knew what they were really asking. They needed me to give up the only place that still felt like mine. For a few days, I walked around the house in silence. I looked at the kitchen table where I used to serve pancakes, the hallway where Ryan took his first steps, the window where I'd sit and knit while the sun hit just right. Then I said yes. I told them I'd sell it. Victoria smiled like it was the most reasonable decision in the world. "You'll be much better off with one of us anyway, Mom." They gave me 1 week to pack. "Only the essentials," Victoria said. "2 suitcases max. Don't bring too much. We don't have room for all that stuff." I tried to argue, but what about my photo albums, my crochet, the porcelain figurines from my sister? Victoria waved her hand. "You can bring photos, fine, but don't bring junk. Honestly, Mom, we just don't have storage." I walked through every room. Every dish, every pillow, every blanket had a story, and I was being told to throw it all away. In the end, I packed 2 suitcases, a few clothes, my wedding album, a box of fresh bed sheets I'd never used, thought Victoria and Ryan might want them, and 3 delicate porcelain figurines that had been in my hutch for decades. I wrapped them in towels, careful as ever. When they came to pick me up, Victoria frowned at my bags. "3 suitcases, Mom?" I said 2. "I packed the 3rd one for you," I told her, "some bedding and those figurines you always liked." She opened her mouth like she was about to protest, but didn't. "Fine," she said, "we'll take them, but don't expect us to keep all of this." They drove me to Victoria's home in the suburbs. It was a large townhouse, clean, cold, white walls, white cabinets, white everything. I was given her husband's old office, just a plain little room with no warmth. They bought a basic twin bed and a tiny closet. I asked if I could hang a few photos. Victoria sighed. "What for, Mom? You can barely see them anymore." I bit my tongue. I gave her the suitcase with the bed sheets and figurines. She took it wordlessly. I never saw them again. A week later, I asked about it. "Oh, it's in the hall closet," she snapped. "You really want me to dig it out for you? Honestly, Mom, we don't need any of that stuff." Her husband started avoiding me. He said I made the place feel crowded. Victoria told me to stay in my room when he worked from home. After 3 weeks, she called Ryan. "Your turn," she told him. "I need my office back." And so I was moved again. Ryan's place outside Cincinnati was smaller, more chaotic. His wife, Kelly, hated me from the moment I walked in. She didn't let me use the kitchen, didn't let me turn on the living room TV. Once I asked her if she could make me a cup of tea. She yelled at me. "Do it yourself, Helen. You're not helpless." I wasn't allowed to touch the stove, so I sat in silence. I asked Ryan one evening if I could get a small TV in my room. He said, "TV, Mom, come on, I'll bring you a radio. You're not a teenager." That night, I overheard him on the phone with Victoria. "We need to put her in a home," he said. I can't take this. Kelly's losing it. She thinks Mom's judging her. I think she is too. Are you gonna pay for a nursing home? She shot back, because I'm not. They went back and forth for a while. Meanwhile, I was in the next room, heart pounding, listening to my own children discuss which of them would get rid of me. And in that moment, I realized I wasn't their mother anymore. I was just a burden, a problem, something to be handled. So I decided to disappear. The next morning, I put on my coat, grabbed my purse, and left. I didn't bring a phone, didn't tell anyone. I took the bus back to my old neighborhood in Springfield. I hadn't been back since they tore down my house. And when I saw it, the massive white mansion with electric gates and a 6-car garage, I broke. I leaned on the fence to steady myself, and then I heard a voice. "Hey, get off the property, lady. Go loiter somewhere else." A man, maybe in his 30s, glaring at me like I was garbage. I stepped back, tripped over a rock, and hit the pavement hard. Then I heard another voice. "Helen, oh my God, is that you?" It was Debbie, my old neighbor. She rushed over, helped me sit up. She looked like she was about to cry. "What happened to you?" I couldn't answer. I just started crying. She took me back to her house, gave me tea, a blanket, and when I was ready, I told her everything. Debbie listened without interrupting. Then she took my hand and said something I'll never forget. "You're not going back there. You're coming with me." Her son Zach was building a house in rural Vermont. He had a spare guest house on the property, and he was planning to move her in anyway. "There's room for 2, she said. "We'll plant flowers, help with the kids, cook dinner. I'm sure Melissa won't mind." I cried again, but this time it felt safe. 3 months later, I live in a little cottage behind Zach's house. Melissa is warm and kind. Their kids call me Grandma Helen. I plant tulips and daisies. I bake. I sit on the porch and read stories. For the first time in years, I laugh. I feel useful. I feel human. Debbie told Victoria that I was okay. You know what Victoria said? She could have at least told us she was leaving. We wasted 2 days worrying. 2 days. That's all I was worth. Debbie never told me the rest. She said it would only hurt me. And I believed her. Because now, in this small, quiet corner of Vermont, I'm home. Helen never heard from her children again, but she didn't want to. Because in a little village far from the city, she found what she thought she'd lost forever: kindness. She wasn't a burden anymore. She was family. Finally. Thank you for listening.